Hey everybody, it's me, Jeremy, and I'm back doing more plant stuff. This time I'm out on the balcony. I think the weather's finally good for good. It's June 12th or so, 2021, and I got a lot going on out here. I figured it'd be a great opportunity to give you an update on everything that's growing out here, and also to show you something I just figured out that I've had for several months. Inside my tripod was a selfie stick. I had no idea that it was there, but I found it the other day, and now I can do cool shots like this. Are you ready? Whoa! Come with me and you'll see all the plants on my balcony. Isn't that cool? It's almost like I have a drone. Whoa! I'm having a lot of fun with this thing. Look at that. Isn't that a cool shot? Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'll give you a tour, show you everything I've got going on. It's the middle of June right now, and I think it's a great time to take a look at all the plants and all the plant stuff I've got going on. So let's get started. So this here is the balcony. These are all the plants, and I'll do a nice little slow walk through and explain everything so you can see it, starting over here in this corner. These are two of those vertical garden things I started a few months ago. This one's full of tomatoes. This one has a few cucumbers in it. The cucumbers did not do well. I lost quite a few of those, and even the ones that are here, well, this one's looking okay. A lot of blossoms, and maybe one little cucumber right there. I'm not sure if it'll make it or not. We'll see. But anyway, I've got these jammed over in this corner, figuring it's a good spot. If they start to climb, they won't shade anything out. Over here, this pot here is just flowers. 4 o'clock's up front. Morning glories in the back. And what I did, the reason I put these over here on the edge of my balcony, you can see these ugly cables here. I strung some wire over to the cables and gave the flowers something to climb onto, and hopefully they just take over that thing and cover it up. It might be a nice look later in the summer. I've got some more tomatoes here. Basil, kind of in the shade. That's west, that way. So the sun's going to come and blast this thing in the afternoon, which basil probably does not enjoy that much, so I figured it's in the shade here. That might be nice. This is that Carolina Reaper that I overwintered. It's the only one that lasted through the winter, and it does not look good. A lot of these leaves are crinkly and just weird. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's going to make it, but I'll keep it going as long as I can. Started some Thai chili plants in these pots, and I'm experimenting with different kinds of compost, so I wrote down what I did in each one of these, and if there's any kind of result worth talking about later, I'll make sure to let you know. More pepper plants, habanadas. Hopefully those come up. I just potted these up today. They were getting a little big for their small pots, but they're not quite big enough for a big pot yet. Those are some cayenne peppers there. Not sure what that is. It was from my mystery seeds. Mint. Look at that mint. It's really coming in nicely. The good thing about this balcony here is when the sun comes and blasts everything from above, as it goes down, we start getting shade pretty early in the afternoon, which is really nice for these herbs. Some more pepper plants here. Habanadas. An ají that's actually doing okay. Or wait, hold on. Oh, that's one of the ají scam peppers that I got from the internet that I don't think are ajis, but we'll find out soon enough what they are, maybe. Serranos. I got a ton of pepper plant seedlings here that I just do not have the real estate for. I need to get them a little more established and then start giving them away or potting them up into some bigger pots. But as you can see, my real estate here is somewhat limited, so... Oh, hey, cat's out. Look at that. There he is. So anyway, that's why all these peppers are sitting here right now, just gradually acclimating to the heat and hopefully growing soon. They're off to a real slow start. This is all just citrus from seed. Lemons, grapefruit, Meyer lemons, all an experiment. Here's some lettuce. That's the Rouge de Havre lettuce. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right, but that's it. I had some of that for dinner last night. It was not too bad. I'm using a lot of these balcony railing planters this year. They're a little small for larger plants like peppers and tomatoes, but they're great for flowers. That's what I have growing out here. Just some random wildflower seeds and some alyssum, and I believe maybe these are cosmos. I don't know. They came up from last year. These came up on their own. This pot was sitting outside in the winter all year, and they're still doing okay. These two big pots here are my spring crops, I guess. I was supposed to be done with these by now, I thought, but they're just off to a slow start, and they're kind of starting to do something. There's a radish right down in there. See that little bugger? But it's kind of small. I don't know. I think I'm doing a better job growing leaves and not growing enough radishes, so maybe my fertilizing wasn't quite right. Who knows? And then this one's the one with the carrots, kale, and radishes. The first one I started, this Swiss chard came up on its own. That's kind of interesting. Ooh, covered in aphids. That's terrific. Got a little grapefruit from seed right there. Some of my dragon fruits from seed that I'm just kind of starting to get used to the sun. They're kind of sitting over here where they get an hour or two a day, but that's about it. I don't want to overdo it yet. Papayas from seed. I had all this indoors earlier. You've probably seen most of this. More dragon fruit. These are actually some shishitos that came up from a plant that I had in my fridge. I planted the seeds and there they are. These things right here are what I think are butternut squash. I found them coming up in my compost pot, in the bokashi compost pot, which is rather interesting. More peppers, more dragon fruit, more peppers, chives, catnip, rosemary. I bought that from the store. Most of this is all from seed though. These here are tomatoes. I was cutting up a tomato for breakfast one day, and some of the seeds inside the tomato were already starting to germinate, so I threw them into this little pot here, and there they are. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 plants. I'll divide those up soon and plant them and see what happens, just for fun. Cilantro, not doing too good. I just suck at cilantro. I don't know why. Oh well, whatever. Wasabi arugula, one of many I started from seed. Bought some salvia, hoping to attract some pollinators. So far it's not doing much. Also, those are all Thai chili plants. And then over here is a lot of citrus from seed. I don't even know which one that is. Grapefruit. This one here is turmeric. That's cool. Turmeric's starting to come up. That lasted through the winter inside the house. Lemongrass, more citrus. Citrus that probably isn't going to make it. Basil. This is the best basil I've got so far this year. It's really starting to mature nicely. And then I've got a big old catnip plant back there. And here, 2 more of those vertical garden things. See if I can get it so you can see it. There's some salad lettuce over there, and then more tomatoes here in this one. The thing that sucks about these vertical garden things is when you water, the water dumps out of them. So I had to put buckets underneath them so I'm not bothering the neighbor downstairs. There's my banana I torched, left it outside last weekend, didn't remember it was out here in the sun, and it just got destroyed. I put it farther back into the shade. Maybe it'll be okay. This is my potato tower. I started some potatoes from the grocery store that had started to chit. I put them right about there in the first 3 or 4 inches of that pot, and as they grew I just kept burying them with soil, and then I cut the hole on this bucket, set it on top, kept burying the plant, and it just kept coming up and up and up, and now we're up to this level. And I'll keep doing that as long as I can, and we will see what happens with that. I'll keep you updated. Unless it dies, then I probably won't. And then over here is the shady area of the balcony. Lots of herbs. Wasabi arugula, basil, lettuce leaf basil actually, which is supposed to get big leaves but hasn't done that yet. Zatar. And there, falling over, I hope it's not damping off, this is my single seed challenge. It's just really not doing much, but what can you do? Those are the ponderosa pines I started from seed a few months ago. They're doing all right. Another tomato, pepper, and that cucumber was doing the best, so I put it in this pot by itself early. It was way too early to start in the balcony or to start in the vertical garden, and it's just kind of fizzling out. I'm not sure what's wrong with that thing. It's a pineapple. Cut the top off a pineapple, put it in a pot, water it from the top, and it's going pretty good. I think basically everything above about here, these leaves, is all new. And then got this railing planter out here with some more morning glories. I'm really hoping those take off and climb up this trellis and just cover up this wall or this side of my balcony. I think that'd be a good look. Last year I had that happening and they were growing up, and then I had to train them over on some strings, and they just basically kept going all along this thing until the frost came. So that's about all I've got for now. I just wanted to show you everything I have going on outside and give you an update on all the plants. I'll keep you updated when needed. They're just going to be growing for a while. Probably not too exciting, but if anything exciting does happen, I'll make sure to let you know. I'm also going to be messing around with that bokashi again. Got some interesting organisms brewing in the bucket I started a couple of weeks ago, so I'll be posting a video on that soon. It's kind of horrifying. You'll see. Anyway, give me a like if you like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, have a great day.